The Lewis gun is a light machine gun featured in Call of Duty World War II, available right at the start. It has high damage and flat range, with 3 shots to kill and 2 to the head, regardless of the distance of the enemy. Recoil is moderate and easy to manage out to medium range, even during a sustained fire. Long-range engagements can be challenged, but if you fire the weapon as a single shot, then you have little problem tackling anyone that is far away. Magazine size is 60 rounds and the fire rate is quite slow. As with other LMGs, the Lewis suffers a low mobility, with its aim speed, movement speed, and reload speed are slow. Running around with the Lewis is almost a suicide. The penetration level is high, and with high damage of the Lewis, you will find little to no trouble killing the enemy behind a cover. For the class loadout, we will be focusing on a traditional defensive approach of the LMG. The Armored Division is designed to accommodate the LMGs, and the Lewis, you gain an ability to use a bipod when you are near cover. When using a bipod, your accuracy is vastly improved, even while firing from the hip, and the reload time is decreased as well. However, while using the bipod, you have a limited gun movement to which you can aim, and this can be troublesome should the enemy is out of your reach. Also, when reloading, you are exposed to any incoming fire, particularly a shot from a sniper. So it may be wise to come out from the bipod mode and reload behind a solid cover instead, especially if you are taking an incoming fire. For the attachment, the FMJ will increase the Lewis' already high penetration to even further, with about 1 less shot to kill needed against a wall. The FMJ, however, does not increase its damage output, but only gives you a better penetration when firing through walls. Ideally, you want to fire upon the visible target, but sometimes that target is hidden but you can possibly guess where. So don't be afraid to fire through cover. If you suspect the enemy in a room but can't be seen, fire at the corner of the room should give you better luck to secure a kill before escaping to different location. Keep that in mind, some covers cannot be penetrated, so always aim for any visible parts of the enemy for a more reliable kill. The extended magazine gives you a mighty 97 rounds instead of 60, allowing you to continuously engage in the entire team without the need to reload quite often. And the reload time of the Lewis isn't something that you are looking forward to anyway. Skipping a reload altogether and you can worry less about it, and put more focus on what is in front of you. For the basic training, choose Launch for an ability to use one of the rocket launchers. The versatile M3 bazooka is good for taking out both any enemies and aircrafts. Its projectile path is more straight than the Panzerfaust, but with a smaller blast radius against infantry targets. So you have to be more precise when tackling these type of threat. If you don't care so much about the aircraft, then choose the Panzerfaust instead. For the equipment, you can choose either the S-Mine Bouncing Betty or the Frag Grenade. If you are in favor of locking down the areas, then the S-Mine is a better choice for guarding your rear and flank. As for the tips, the Lewis is slow, and a run and gun tactic does not work here. In most cases, you want to simply walk instead of sprinting, as you'll be caught unprepared. Firing from the hip might save you thanks to its high damage, but against the SMG users, you stand no chance. The Lewis is more beneficial and effective when you can successfully slay your opponent within a quick succession with your sights up and ready. Guard the area of interest or objectives from a good cover, and the enemy will come to your line of sight. Anticipation is key to predict a traffic of where the enemies are coming from, and wait for them to be exposed. Your bipod should be used for the long lines of sight, as the lower recoil and limited movement make it easier to down the target within. My recommendation is to find a window that has a good view of the long streets or similar layouts. Also, should you find no cover, you can use the bipod while going prone, and will keep your profile minimized and harder to take out. A rocket launcher of your choice can be useful if you find a group of enemies stacking close to each other. Aim close to their feet if they are on the ground, or a corner of a room if they are hidden. Also, You can trigger a chain of explosives by firing at cars, for instance, to double its effectiveness. If you approach to an unknown territory, keeping your sights up while moving is the way to go, especially if you have to advance in tighter areas where the LMG may be somewhat uncomfortable to use. Overall, the Lewis is a good all-round light machine gun, with high damage and penetration, paired with moderate fire rate to keep the recoil in check. However, the real downside of the Lewis, and with any other LMGs, is the slow mobility, which demands the slow approach and defensive tactics. Some automatic rifles like the FG42 and the BAR are strong contenders that can compete against the LMG with faster movement speed overall. Despite this, the Lewis good magazine size, and with the extended magazine of 97 rounds, you can stay in one spot for a while and engaging the enemies without the need to reload often like the rifles. The bipod helps increase the accuracy under a fully automatic fire at a long distance, scaring the snipers away. Don't rush unless it's necessary and take everything slow, and the Lewis will generate a good amount of kills within a short period of time. And that's all for the Lewis Weapon Guide Express. For the next video is a Karabin sniper rifle. This is Asian with Jeep, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.